And we're going to try and get this going one more time here. One of these days I'm actually going to get this on time because I looked to do around 7. But we got it going here. I'm going to also see if my microphone is working. A microphone is beautifully okay. So, when in doubt, I'm trying to go through and find a film to do for this whole thing, and I'd like to try and find some of the smaller creators and something that's kind of hard to find. So it's like when in doubt, throw in a Sergeant Continues episode. And while I was like, the usual raft up of invites out for people who might want to come in and have a little chat, got one response back. Totally understandable why some online hugs and but the rest of them, it's like, come on, at least say yes or no, guys. Okay, I'm not asking much. But and also put a posting on Vic Mignogna's Twitter feed. Say, hey, I'm screening this episode. I want to, you busy? So we'll see how late he checks his Twitter feed. So without any more ado, I figured this one merits a little attention in that it's well, there. That kind of answers the question. What happened? We already know in the DS9 episodes of the Mirror Universe that Spock tried to reform thing, but unfortunately we'd gone too far, and everyone else saw the sign of weakness. Time to get the Terrans. Just it fell apart. So prime directive of the wins, but also because again, the prime directive, before you throw that acquisition right, you got to twiddle it down to the prime directive applies to developing, growing, they're affecting. The second you affect other planets or other starframe races, no, prime directive now, because now you're in the big boys, and now you're gonna have to deal with consequences. That's why a lot of Taste of Armageddon. That one gets violent, and no, because something that's also often missed and forgotten about in the teaser is they've lost ships in that area because of that damn war. They're affecting interstellar commerce. The same sort of thing of why the U.S. sailed into Tokyo Harbor in the 1800s, because they've been, pirates have been operating out there and they've been losing ships. Okay, that's it. Playtime's over, guys. Your little isolationism comes to an end because we got ships to protect. Same thing here. And even Apple. They were about to destroy the Enterprise. Okay, they reached out and grabbed the ship. Same with the Return of the Archons. And actually, the Archon already blew up. Wait a long time ago. But they're showing the capability to reach out and destroy ships out in orbit and say, okay, now you're affecting other people. So, and plus, then like I said, Spock. It's the first time they cited the Prime Directive, and Kirk said that ties to a growing, developing culture. Think that applies here? No, it doesn't. So, how often did Kirk really divide the Prime Directive, and what was the reasons for doing this, that, and the other? Along with a follow-up on a thing I did a long time ago on the AOL message boards. How often did Kirk really get laid? Surprisingly few times. And it kind of goes along with him being a risky rule taker, flaunting the rules. No, it was actually very by the book. It's only when the book didn't apply that he started getting. But let's get into this. It is the continuous episode, Fairest of them all. And hold on, let's get this thing up right here. So let's do this again here, because I was about to want to do full screen. So there we go. Go full screen on that, and let's just jump on into it. And they've done a side by side of the actual scene and this scene. They match up. So let's just get into it.
You must return to your universe. I must have my captain back. I shall operate the transporter. You have 2 minutes and 10 seconds.
For that time, I have something to say. Prediction of galactic revolt is realized.
Approximately 240 years.
You never...
The Empire shall be overthrown, of course.
I think this might be also when
Illogic.
Hammercorn really started Spock, because they had to duplicate it before it's here, so...
Waste of lives,
Gave him a
potential,
touchdown.
resources, time. I submit to you that your empire is illogical, because it cannot endure. You are illogical to be a willing part of it.
You have 1 minute and 23 seconds.
If change is beneficial, doesn't man that you be a part of it?
One man cannot summon the future.
But one man can change the present. Be the captain of this enterprise, Mr. Spock. Find a logical reason for sparing the Hulkins and make it stick. Push till it gives. You can defend yourself better than any man in the fleet.
Captain, get in the chamber.
Some very good bloopers from this episode, too.
What about it, Spock?
A man must also have the power.
In my cabin is a device that will make you invincible.
Indeed.
Will it be past, future, tyranny, or freedom? It's up to you.
It is time.
In every revolution, there's one man with a vision.
Captain Kirk, I shall consider it.
It can be such fun toppling a civilization, can it? Especially when you know they're a bunch of scumbags. Okay, no. You guys, you don't get off, okay? And now we pick up where
What'd you do to my transporter?
What the devil's going on, Mr. Spock?
It was agreeable to see you again, Captain. It appears you were temporarily interchanged with counterparts from a parallel universe. Most of the crew is unaware of these events. I was able to...
I know what happened, Spock. I want to know why. Who's responsible?
The ion storm created a transporter irregularity, resulting in a transposition of the landing party's quantum wave signatures. Chief Kyle was at the controls. He has been disciplined.
He better have been. Mr. Scott, check the transporter relays. Make sure this doesn't happen again. I trust the Hulkins have been dealt with.
Well,
apparently I have to do everything myself, don't I? Kirk to bridge. Is the Hulkin capital city in firing range?
Coming around again in 4 minutes, sir.
Good. On my way.
Welcome back, Captain.
See you in my quarters.
I'm hoping this is still going out.
Captain on the bridge.
Lieutenant, get the Hulkins on. Where's my navigator?
Captain, Mr. Chekhov.
That's in Chekhov. Return to your station immediately.
It is merciful of you to forgive Mr. Chekhov's assassination attempt. I agree that the agony booth made a sufficient impression.
Yeah, things have been
What's the
happening
holdup,
since you've
Lieutenant?
been
You have
gone.
Counselor Thorne, standing by.
Your time has run out. I'm tired of playing with you.
This is no game, Captain Kirk.
Oh no, it's not. You have 30 seconds to relinquish your dilithium crystals. This face is the last one you'll see.
That would be most unwise, Captain. But we're prepared to die to protect what we hold
The guy
dear.
playing Thorne was a stuntman in the
Have it
original
shown.
series. He made
Start the
did most
countdown.
of the
Ready
scenes with
phasers.
the Gorn.
Wait. Load photon torpedo tubes. Full spread.
Captain, the Hulkins have no planetary defense grid. A torpedo barrage is unnecessary. The radiation fallout would likely annihilate the entire population.
Likely. Fitting, isn't it? An example to all who defy the Empire.
Captain, if I may. Logic dictates that the survival of the Hulkan civilization could prove critical for the Empire for many years to come. You could be the first to set the precedent of diplomacy that could yield long-term benefits. I would recommend lesser measures.
You've given me much to think about, Mr. Spock. Fire.
Well, he tried. And I gotta love how they redid the openings credits for this one. Man.
Space, the final conquest.
It's like if Enterprise could do it, what the hell's our shoot?
These are the voyages of the starship Enterprise.
That little snare drum there.
Its
and
continuing mission: discover and subjugate strange new worlds, to advance our dominion and vanquish all who stand against us, to conquer the galaxy for the glory of Empire.
Minus the diplomacy part. Now, check the third episode of the Chuck River return. They have to be in the and it's scheduled to come back as before.
First Officer's personal log. Captain Kirk has annihilated the Hulk people, and I was unable to prevent it. I find myself torn between loyalty to the Empire and the logic which predicts its inevitable demise.
Status report.
All torpedoes impacted, Captain. The Hulkan cities have been destroyed.
Thank you, Jones.
My name's Smith, sir.
Yeah.
Mr. Spock, would you mind telling
There's
me
your
what
big
just happened?
canter right there. Yep.
Since when do you question
back.
Imperial orders?
I merely pointed out the obvious advantages of an alternate course of action, which you elected to ignore.
Uhura, contact Starfleet.
Okay.
Let them know that I have completed the mission. Notify them that strict mining of the planet's dilithium can proceed. Also, make note of Mr. Spock's objective.
Aye, sir.
Ensign Chekhov reporting. Then I wish to thank you for permitting me to resume my duties.
I trust you've
Yeah.
learned your lesson. That's
Yes, sir.
good.
Yeah.
To the agony booth.
Hey,
I
wait
changed
a
my
minute.
mind.
Yeah. Got that Walter
Mr.
Koenig
Leslie, report to
screen
the
down.
navigation station.
I'm reading additional detonations beneath the planet's crust.
What sort of detonations?
Whoopsie.
Looks like in the planet's dilithium strata, the crystal lattices are being destroyed.
Here's electric charges, Captain. No doubt planted by the Hulkins.
Kirk's reporter room. Scotty, beam as many dilithium
Yeah,
crystals
legend
as possible
has it
directly
the
to
Swiss
cargo bay
Alps
immediately.
are similarly.
Captain, there's no way to get along.
If somebody tries to
Besides,
invade,
the
that's why
transported
no
circuits are
one's
still
invaded.
damaged from the side.
Don't need excuses, Mr. Scott. I need solutions. You capable of providing them?
I'll get right on it, sir.
The dilithium was rigged to explode. Why didn't you do that?
Captain, I advised against this course of action. The logical decision was to...
You're not paid to lecture me in logic, Mr. Spock. You're paid to do your job.
I believe I am, sir.
I'll be...
Hopefully getting laid. Yeah.
Lieutenant.
Commander, don't look at me. The enemies aren't around long, and I don't intend to be.
Commander, 3 Andorian vessels dropping out of warp just outside the system.
Uh-oh.
Hull composition, duranium alloy.
Top
Michael
of the line.
Dorn.
We're receiving a
Michael Dorn's
transmission
voice.
from the Andor
Yeah.
to recognize the Terran Empire.
It has begun.
It's begun. Yes.
What has?
Revolution.
What's wrong?
Wrong has pointed ears and knack for insubordination. Spock's been the best first officer I could ever hope for. What's he playing?
Yeah, Barbara Luna started getting people coming up to her. Project Continues one. You did great in that.
Captain here.
What
Captain,
did you do?
Long-range sensors detect Andorian rebels on an innocent. Captain, the Andorian government.
Again, offering your opinion when none is requested to destroy them.
I will not.
Oop.
Right. What is it you want? What did that imposter offer you?
What he offered me, Captain, is something you cannot give.
I was right. The whole galaxy has gone crazy. What happened while I was gone? There's obviously been in my chair.
There wasn't much time, really. Just a little.
The actions taken against the Hulkins have been illogical. They shall likely serve as a catalyst which may jeopardize the Empire's very survival. There is, however, a path to the future. But that future
Spock. When you and I.
Guess what doesn't work?
No. No!
James!
What's wrong with it? Why isn't it working?
I don't know.
Why isn't it working?
Well, she just pulled out a key circuit. Yeah.
Security detail to my quarters. Belay that order. Kirk to Farrell.
Farewell here, sir.
Send 2 of my personal guards to my cabin on the double.
On the double, sir.
And keep this channel secure, Kirk out.
What are you gonna do?
Put an end to this insanity once and for all. Why? Worried about me?
I am the captain's woman.
You are, aren't you?
It was always more fun playing the bad guy.
yes.
Come.
Captain.
Escort me to the bridge. We're taking Commander Spock into custody.
Sir?
Do you have a hearing problem, mister?
No, sir.
Wait for me. I'll be back in an hour.
That's probably the one time he's not channeled.
Commander, what the captain's asking for, it's not possible.
Mr. Scott, I must speak with you. Off the record.
Oh.
Sir?
When you were in the other reality, what did you see?
I saw weakness, Commander.
Perhaps what you saw was peace. Is that possible, Mr. Scott?
Commander, that kind of talk will only lead to one place, the agony booth.
You speak of weakness?
You don't
But the
wanna
true
do
weakness
that.
lies in the Terran Empire. It is held together by tenuous bonds of fear. The destruction of the Halkan civilization will serve as the final straw for the outer accelerated. We cannot survive a full-scale rebellion. But the peace that you witness is possible in our reality as well.
Mr. Spock, what you're saying, it's
Mutiny.
Yeah, mutiny. Yeah.
Captain Spock,
box set of the
supplement.
music
Something
screen.
happened during my time away from the Enterprise. Commander Spock has become emboldened. Orders for the
Mr. Spock's not here.
Where's my science? Where's Mr. Spock?
I believe he's in the transporter room, Captain.
Good girl. Phasers at the ready.
Okay. Oh, but
I would not want to be Mr. Spock right now.
I'm not even sure I want to be on this ship.
yeah, a lot of bombs down there.
Where's Mr. Spock? Captain, where's Mr. Spock? What did you witness, crewman?
What? No. Very bad move. Yes.
Let's try this again. Mr. Spock is a traitor. I want to know where he is.
Oh boy.
Take him to sick bay.
Oh no.
Let McCoy reason with him.
And here we go. Hi.
All hands, this is the captain. First Officer Spock has mutinied and fled the bridge. He is to be incapacitated on sight and placed under arrest. The crewman who accomplishes this will be promoted 2 steps in grade.
Ooh.
Perfect.
Whoopsie.
I suggest you put down your weapon, laddie.
Another good screamer.
Doctor, another dose.
I've never used this much before. I wonder what'll happen.
Oh dear.
Captain, he's of no value dead.
Details.
Is it your day, is it? Dr. McCoy is really enjoying this. Unless you want him to continue. Where's Mr. Spock?
He was headed to auxiliary control with Mr. Scott.
I love this bit.
He's all
Hey
yours,
up,
Doc.
come on.
Yes, sir. Give that to Jim.
Just a grin. Yeah.
Kirk to Sulu. Security Chief Sulu, come in.
Sulu here.
Take a team to auxiliary control. Lethal force is authorized.
Lethal force, Captain? There'll likely be casualties on both sides.
Then take Chekhov and put him in front. Kirk out.
I've got to go.
Oh, don't be such a party pooper, Hikaru.
I'm serious. It's not often the captain gives anyone a second chance, and I intend to take it. Besides, Spock and Scott out of the way, guess who's next in line for first officer?
Of course. And you'll give me that commendation?
I told you I would, didn't I? Same time next week?
Always. You know you're my favorite.
Yeah, right. No, I just remembered after that fight in sickbay, though. I don't know. It's like, Zulu,
I've locked out bridge control, transferred navigation and long-range communications to us.
Seal off the armory. Secure as many decks as possible.
Aye, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Broadcast this recording on all ship channels.
Time to rally the crew. Whoops.
They're phasers. They're only set to stun.
Murder is the way of the Empire. The way of the Captain. A way that must change. Join us, Mr. Goff. Be a part of the future, not of the...
And never see the agony booth again. Yeah. And the Andorians
Sir, they're charging weapons.
Sound general quarters, ready main phaser bank.
They're demanding we surrender him.
That was a warning shot across our bow. Shields are holding.
Shot. Cowards. Lock onto their lead ship and fire.
Captain?
I said fire!
Aye, sir.
Well, there's a problem.
Weapons are locked out.
Locked out from where?
Attention, crew of the ISS Enterprise. This is First Officer Spock. By now you are aware of the annihilation of the peaceful Hulkan people.
Lieutenant, kill that broadcast.
This action has served only to hasten the fall of the Terran Empire. On a legacy of violence and terror.
Kill that broadcast!
Cannot survive. To embrace a new vision. A vision of equality, of morality, of galactic peace. A philosophy based upon infinite diversity, infinite combinations. This future is within our reach, but not under our present command. Join me. Together we shall be the architects of our future.
Captain's log supplemental. The Andorians are seeking vengeance for the Hulkans, and First Officer Spock is a traitor to me and the Empire. Enterprise.
Our shields will hold forever, Commander.
He said she needed to speak with you.
Poses no threat.
We need to get to Captain Kurt's quarters, quickly.
Lieutenant Moreau, it would be extremely unwise.
Damn it, Mr. Spock. I can help. Just come with me. Please.
Mr. Scott, encode a message to the Andorians. Inform them that we have control of the Enterprise, and we are prepared. I shall return momentarily.
In other words, you can stop shooting now.
You won't return at all.
This action has served only to hasten the fall of the Terran
Shut off that damn recording!
Civilization built upon a legacy of violence and terror.
Sir, the Andorians are powering down their weapons. I'm detecting a transmission from auxiliary control. We're fighting for peace.
Of galactic
The hell we are.
a philosophy based
Where's
upon
Mr. Leslie?
diversity.
Mr. Leslie didn't report for duty, sir.
Well, get here to cover his shift. I want a navigator. I want one now.
Join me.
So this is
Together
it.
we shall be the architect.
This is what
I've got to work with.
I can navigate the Enterprise, sir. Whatever you want.
This is first
Set a course for Starbase 34.
I'm sorry, Captain.
Well, unfortunately,
Say you can pilot my ship. You can't even get us out of orbit.
Navigation has been rerouted to auxiliary control. There's nothing I can do.
Lieutenant, you're relieved of your commission. Report to the brig.
Captain, it's not her fault.
I said report to the brig!
That's enough.
We found him unconscious on deck 8, sir.
Check out the other men.
But not under our present command. Join me. Together we shall be the architects of our own future. Attention crew
Resume
of
the
the
post.
ISS Enterprise. This is First Officer Spock. By now you are aware of the annihilation
Am I not
of the
merciful?
Vulcan people. This action is served
Sulu, you got me.
the fall of the Terran Empire. The civilization
I want control of my ship.
The time has come. to
well, gee,
embrace
that's
a
encouraging.
vision
Yeah.
of equality, of morality, of galactic peace, a philosophy based upon infinite diversity, infinite kinds.
You're the captain.
Is within
Get to
our
work.
reach, not under
Yeah,
our
yeah,
present
yeah,
command.
yeah. Yeah, there's this guy again.
I was hoping you'd come back during my shift.
Oh, you're happy to see me?
Always.
What? So what you get for thinking with your dick? Yeah.
The device of which the other captain spoke, I presume.
Yeah.
I am surprised Captain Kirk did not use it on me.
Oh,
You tried. Yeah.
you tried.
Now it works.
James met an alien scientist at the Starfleet PLS-5. He pillaged her laboratory after he dispensed with her, and he stole this device.
Mhm.
One touch, and your problems are over, Mr. Spock. This will change everything.
You would see me use this device on him?
I would.
But you... are the captain's woman.
Captain.
I should have checked behind that panel when I was there.
Commander,
To see if that thing is still there.
please find a way to send me where you went.
I cannot.
Please.
Too late.
It is not within my power. But you can make a difference here.
All gone. They're just going to stick around? Come on. Yeah. Give us some sense here.
All clear, sir.
You didn't check the bathroom. No, probably still doesn't work.
Captain Kirk to Mr. Spock. Captain Kirk to Mr. Spock. Mr. Spock, come in, please.
Spock here.
Commander, there's no reason we can't talk about this like civilized men.
Yeah.
I've listened to your logic, and I find it compelling.
First, you'd have to be a civilized man.
There's merit in what you say, Spock. I see the potential for change. Opportunity to better the Empire.
Sure you do. Yeah.
Spock, I have the bridge. You have auxiliary control. Who makes the next move?
What do you propose?
We meet somewhere neutral. Half an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Deck 5, Officer's Lounge. No weapons, no tricks. Just you and I.
Mm-hmm.
We've had many successes together, Spock. I know we can work this out.
Yeah.
Very well. Half an hour.
You don't actually trust him, do you?
Hell no.
Of course not.
It's some kind of setup. Why play his game?
If there is any hope for the Empire to change, I must give Captain Kirk the opportunity to do so as well.
Okay.
Captain?
No.
Commander. No weapons.
And your two goons? Yeah. We never have any fun.
I've considered our game while you were away. Bishop to Queen's level 2.
Knight takes Bishop.
You have left your king vulnerable.
As have you. Seems we're at a stalemate. Spock, you can't win. What's your next move? Kill me, take command of the Enterprise? There are a dozen starships out there, all loyal to the Empire.
As am I. But the Empire as it stands today is at a crossroads. Eventually, all kings are vulnerable.
He put these thoughts into that Vulcan head of yours, didn't he? That other captain. Oh, we've accomplished stranger from another universe.
I believe I would. That captain had a vision.
Then you're an even bigger ends right here and now.
Sure it does.
You didn't really think I'd let you walk out of here, did you? And now it comes to this. Checkmate.
No.
Perhaps not. Mr. Scott has implemented a level 3 energy dampening field on this deck. Yet another act of treachery, which proves once again why your command must come to an end.
Report! The tectonic explosions are destabilizing the planet's orbit!
Oh, shit. Here we go.
We've run simulations of dilithium generator strata in the chem lab. I've seen this sort of thing before.
The Andorian ships have broken orbit and gone to warp, sir.
They've got the right idea, lad. Put some distance between us and that planet.
There's the human side. I always knew you'd kill me to get the share. You're no better than the rest of us.
We'll not do it that way.
Kirk, the future is coming. You are the past.
I offer this crew an
Conquest! My victories! You think they're smart enough to follow you? They're mine. I can use them, break them, to their own slaughter. Now thank me for it!
You want to repeat that there, Captain?
This crew? They don't need their pawns. Pawns need a king. They serve for my conquest, my victories. You think they're smart enough to follow you? They're mine. I can use them, break them, send them to their own slaughter. Now thank me for it! You double-crossing, half-breed traitor!
James T. Kirk, you are hereby relieved of command.
Let go of me!
Whoopsie.
Do you realize what you're doing?
I do.
All right, a little trip to Houston to visit the actual Galileo prop from the show. And some green screen show.
Coward. Spock. You don't even have the guts to execute us like a real leader.
This shuttlecraft is at your disposal. I recommend setting a course to the nearest habitable system. You have sufficient supplies to last until then.
You think that changes anything? So you've taken control of one ship. So what? What now? Peace. Freedom. The Empire will hunt you down like the mangy dog that you are.
Perhaps. But I must try.
On there. A little careful reflections here and there to hide the U on there. Or the...
You won't get away with this, Spock. You're just one man.
In every revolution, there is one man with a vision.
Who told you that?
You did.
Gets one more shot on screen. Well, here.
Commander, status report.
All decks reporting in, Captain. The Hulk and survivors are safely on board.
Shuttlecraft Galileo is leaving sensor range.
James T. Kirk chose his path. It is time we chose ours. Warp 2, Ensign. Heading, sir? Forward.
Okay. Figure the rest out later. Yeah, this is where they brought back Kipley Brown. Probably. Let's turn this down some so we can talk about. Yeah, yeah. At first, when they brought it, it took Vic coming. Oh, wait, that's her from the. Okay, yeah, and then this little throwaway gag, having the Yeoman Smith from the second pilot. Okay, great. And really made her a major character going forward on this. And she's also quite a writer. She actually wrote an episode later on there, and she's written some other stuff too. They've got some independent productions out there, but yeah, this is probably, I think, the acid test of how well they can match up against the original series. When they actually start off duplicating the scene from the show and how close you can match it. and carry forward and maintain that look. Slightly different than the regular thing. Okay, so we will take that there. All right. And again, I don't need to go in the thing of this is better or whatever. It's obvious, okay? And hopefully also a good little test of my new microphone. Also hoping that we're on a rather sketchy internet connection as it is. So hopefully this worked out okay. I didn't have too many glitches. We still got one person watching. All right. And, again, I mainly do this for the reverb. Okay. And also, a little something that came in just before we started here. I reached out to the guy who produced the MST3K parody of them watching Star Trek 5. And I can't find my copy either. I got 2 copies. I was going to mail one of them to Mecca as a gift because I keep the other. But reached out to him to say, okay, see if, because the last time I had to mail $3 to him for the cost of the DVD. That's all it was. They'll make no money off of it. And the same thing is the way the original show, MS23K got thing to pass the rapes around. And so, I asked him, I need another copy. Do you have a PayPal so we can speed this up a bit? And came back just a couple, not too long ago. Like, how's this for speed? You can download it here. And I'm currently downloading it right now. So I think next week, I will have the MST3K Star Trek 5 fan film parody. Or I might do a share screen on this one because this is a page here. I don't know how well it's going to work if I'm streaming on YouTube, though, because I'm probably going to pop it because it is the actual movie in there, just with the heads down the below. And it's a very faithful recreation of Mystery Science Theater 3000. In fact, because I wasn't that familiar with the show, I thought it was the actual guys. So since I'm okay. Now, okay, I see where I screwed up. But they're very faithful to it. They've got a lot of the opening titles. They borrow clips from that opening thing and the sequence where they open the doors. But they did it because I think this sprung from because conventions, the actual guys that go around. And the question they get is, what movie would you like to do most? And they're not letting you do it. And more often they say Star Trek 5. They want to do that one. So the best bet is if we could do it on Odyssey. I don't know if we can do it on Odyssey. I will look into that. They're most likely to avoid a copyright strike on that. But I think I'll have to play around just trying to do a live stream on Odyssey at all. Probably have to go through theirs because I can't figure out how to get it going through StreamYards. At least not without having to actually pay for StreamYards. I'm still using the free version because we're not quite there yet. We have, I think, finally gotten the wheels rolling on getting had the rental assistance people kind of on hold. They emailed the management here a week ago. Problem is they've gone through fluctuation of management. The management for the past week have been idiots. They finally got a team and they know what they're doing because they're going and they finally responded. They sent the paperwork out saying, so maybe tomorrow we'll finally get cleared to where, okay, now we can stay. We're no longer in threat of eviction. So then we can actually get the hotel Wi-Fi passcode again and start getting toilet paper again and a parking permit. So hopefully things are finally starting to turn around because this has been, on the one hand, it's been kind of nice not paying for the past month because we've been able to get ourselves out of our hole, pay things off, get caught up a bit. But it's been the sort of Damocles dangling over our heads, like anything to show up. And even then, you've got lawyers on standby with the Colorado Poverty Legal Project, where people like us and they say, once they hand you papers, forward them to us. So they've been waiting in the wings if things went weird. But hopefully now we can avoid all this crap. Because it's kind of, played a game of chicken here. When they came back at the end of October and said, time to get, no, can't. Okay, you're going to evictions. Okay, Because I also knew that, because I talked to them before, I said, it'll take about a month. Okay, let's see if that's a thing to find. And it was. But Thanksgiving, actually, where I finally got a direct response regarding our case. And it was to fix an error, actually. Okay, well, it means they finally gotten to it. Okay, so fix that. And the following Monday after Thanksgiving, got an email address finally from the front office, and they could get a hold of them and start that process. Well, the thing is, they never responded to that email. I gave them a week. Okay, it's like just Friday afternoon. It's like, can I ask their status? Because they were, when the email address didn't work, they got back to me real quick. That's not it. So the fact that they didn't get back to me told me that, okay, the email address worked. But then it's a matter of they never got back to them. So then it's a matter of, this morning I got a response. So we haven't heard from them, and your case will be denied due to lack of response from the landlord or manager. Okay, so I went to the front office, and whole different band of people working up there at the front desk. Okay, now they're trying to get a hold of you. They say, okay, well then, and a couple minutes. Okay, we found the email. We're responding to them. So okay, great. So I sent back another. It came back here without a response. But okay, you should be getting a response about now. So hopefully, they will finally get this thing straight. We will have our approval. They'll start paying around on this thing. We start getting out of everything, and also start working on finding a permanent place. Because frankly, the rent per day on this place is insane. Okay, so I've found several houses for rent considerably less than what it cost this room. And we'll be looking into that once we're in the clear and we're no longer in danger of being booted any second. And hopefully this thing is also, it should be transferable too. Because I think it's kind of like the Section 8 voucher program. Where we find another place, okay, thank you, and hand it up to the next landlord, and they start getting paid. But I got to hopefully find a house because I'm tired of apartments. I'm not too fond of condos. I want a detached house with a yard, hopefully a garage, nobody on either side of the wall or the ceiling or the floor. Just me and the wife, and then a cat and a dog, and a place to put the car. That we start living like human beings again. Because I didn't grow up in apartments. I grew up in houses. Okay. You even drove by an old house in North Glen. It's like, okay, yeah. Looks like it's being owned by a regular, because for the past several years, there's been like a bright red door and a little, Santa Maria thing. So, but now it's house matches the rest of the door, place. So it looks like a normal house now. The one thing I'm a little irritated is they took out like half the yard to put in a garage. That you couldn't put the garage up close to this because there was a cherry tree right there. And it's a good size yard. It's still okay. But it was a big yard. And I like, the only thing I changed, I put up privacy fences all around it because it was like one side had a privacy, the rest of it was just chain link. Anyway, I'm rambling. Okay, so that's it for this week. Clearly, Vic did not come in and jump in, so still hoping out for that one. He may, eventually show up and we can actually do a discussion. Because again, I send out rafts of invitations for folks to come in, so we can do a discussion on these things. Instead of just me just rambling and piping in once in a while. Oh yeah, that guy's that, and this is where that, and then I'd like a discussion on that. I'd like a panel discussion on this. Now, I could blame this on the recent foibles of what this channel's been through, but frankly, it's always been like that. I've rarely gotten people to actually come in. So it's not, like I can't really blame Mary or any other people. And even now, that's why I've started trying to schedule them now. I get, okay, it's about an hour from now. But okay. And we're coming up on about an hour right now, so I'm going to go and wrap it up about now. So we'll try and do it again next week, something different. I don't want it to be just Star Trek Continues Appreciation Hour. If it has any different fan films that they'd like to see, send, put on the comments or put a comment on the community page or whatever. And Let's get this over here. And we'll see about it. Granted, I'm going to have to check it out. I'm not going to do this sight unseen my way, and one of them would just bore me to tears. I cannot inflict this on the, I don't know, forget it. So, but and I think at that we will talk at you later. Here we go.